What's good, gun family? Urban Gun Reviews, and today on the channel I'm gonna be doing my first shots and review of the Honor Defense Honor Guard. Let's check it out. Gun family, before we get into this video, I want to give a quick disclaimer about this video, okay? I previously recorded this video probably about 5 years ago, so I don't actually have the gun anymore. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you my review. I got footage from before when I shot it, when I was at the range, and, you know, tabletop footage and all that. So I'm going to put all this together and I'm going to recreate the review since my old channel got taken down, you know, the hacker. If you ain't watched that video, make sure you watch that, how a hacker hacked me and took down my channel. And now we starting fresh. So this video was a video that was on that channel and now it isn't, and I don't have all that footage anymore. I don't have all the whole file, so I'm just gonna recreate that video for you. So let's get into this review. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if y'all not subscribed to the channel previously. Let's get into it on Urban Gun Reviews. All right, so we got the Honor Guard 9mm. About to bust that out. Put some rounds through it when we get all these extra mags out the way that I don't need right now. Alright, so I got the 2. Okay. Pull the 8-round mag first. Got a little extender on it. We'll do that one first, and then we'll do the flush 7-round mag. Magazine. Now we're gonna do the 7-round flush magazine. Hold up. Let it hang up. That's supposed to happen. So that wasn't bad. I'm gonna put another 2 magazines of the Honor Guard, Honor Defense Honor Guard. We're gonna start with the flush 7-round mag this time. Then we'll go to the 8-round. So the 8-round extended magazine obviously feels better, you know what I mean, because you got a little bit more to grab onto compared to the 7-round magazine. But I mean, all in all, it feels good. You got a slim frame, really thin, and the grip, slim, you know what I mean, but it feels really good, and I can't complain about it. I like shooting it. Definitely gonna keep that around. The Honor Guard Honor Defense, or Honor Defense Honor Guard, I always messed it up how it was said, how it is. Is a semi-automatic 9mm pistol. handgun, pistol, whatever you want to call it. It came with 2 magazines, an 8-round magazine that had a sleeve for it that made it fit flush fit, but it gave you 1 extra round. And then it had a 7-round magazine that also fit flush fit, but it didn't have the sleeve. They both were pretty decent, you know. And this is the time that like the SIG P365 had just came out. Whatever other, you know, micro 9mm that was coming out at that time, where they was really like popping. All the micros was popping. And my experience at the range was that, like most micros, it was a snappy handgun, snappy firearm, but it was reliable. I didn't have any problems with it. I probably shot about 100, 200 rounds through it, and I didn't have no issues with it. The reason that I got rid of the gun is because it really didn't fit into my rotation. There was no need for that gun. It was really something that at the time I got it because I was, you know, like not really fresh into firearms, but I was newer into firearms at the time. So I seen it at my local gun store. I grabbed it up, thought it was dope, you know what I mean, whatever. I think I paid maybe like 300 or something bucks for it, maybe 400 max after taxes and everything, but it was a solid gun. I liked the camo color. It came in a whole bunch of different colors. Now, don't try to find this gun unless you look on maybe Gunbroker or something like that, because I believe Honor Defense is no longer a company. So I don't think that they even sell firearms anymore. I don't think that you can buy an actual firearm from them. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comment section. But I did look them up a while ago, maybe a year or two ago, and I did not see their company anymore. So I kind of wish I would have held on to the gun, because now they're not a company, or now that I can't find them or whatever, it just makes it seem a little better, you know. But all in all, it was a solid handgun. I love the design, the ergonomics of it wasn't bad. It fit right in the palm of my hand. It's like a typical, you know, micro, but it was a little bigger than the P365, the OG P365, but it was smaller than, say, smaller than a Glock 19, or smaller than even a Glock 48. You know, probably like bulkiness, like width wise and shit like that. It was a little bit bigger than a 43, you know, so it kind of had that in between stage. But to me, it wasn't a bad gun. One of the other problems, or a problem that I really had with it, is that the market wasn't big with accessories. So unlike Glock, you weren't going to find a bunch of holsters for it. You weren't going to find a bunch of different things that were specifically made for the Honor Defense Honor Guard, because it wasn't really a popular firearm, you know. They did have mad colors. They probably had like 8 to 10 different color options that you could have gotten. They were all like this camo. They had like green and black camo, red and black camo, like tan camo. It was mean. Like, that's one of the things that I liked about it. I can't remember everything about the firearm, but I do remember that I didn't have any issues with it. It shot good at the range. I think I did have a failure to eject where a round might have got stuck. Now, I can't really recall what the reasoning was for that at the time, but you know, it wasn't nothing major at the time. And I believe that there was a 200 round break-in period, so I had just hit that break-in period. And like I said, the gun wasn't something that I was carrying. It was just something that honestly I had up under a desk on a gun magnet, you know, in case I needed to get up under this desk or something like that in a situation. So I kept it there for years, to the point that I almost forgot about it. And I was about to throw this table away, and then I was like, oh shit, I got a gun under there. So I went up under there, took the magnet and took the gun, and then I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna get rid of this, because I don't have a need for it. And you know, it was just no point in me keeping it. Like, it wasn't something that, I can't say I enjoyed shooting it, but it was by far not the worst gun that I ever shot. And like I said, it just didn't have a place. It didn't have any sentimental value to me. It didn't have any just necessity to me. So it was just really no point in me keeping that gun. Another thing that I remember about the Honor Guard Honor Defense is that Honor Defense Honor Guard, there I go again, was that it was modular, so you could pull the chassis out and you can swap the frame with any other different color combination. So they did have different slides that you can get that was made through Honor Defense, and they had other frames that you can get. So if you already bought one, you didn't have to buy a whole nother gun just to swap out your frame, just to swap out your slide. You can do all of that by just buying those additional parts, you know what I mean, for whatever price that they was running at the time. Also, one thing that they had was in order for your firearm to stay in battery, in case, you know, you had to press it against somebody. You know, most handguns, you press them against somebody and you push that barrel back just a little bit, just the slightest bit, then your gun will be out of battery and wouldn't fire. So with the Honor Defense Honor Guard, they made the frame just a tad bit longer. So if you pressed it against somebody or something, some object or something, that it would stay in battery because it didn't actually push back your slide. It just pushed back, it just pushed on the frame. So your gun would stay in battery. That's another dope thing that I did like about the Honor Defense Honor Guard. Another feature that I remember the Honor Defense Honor Guard having was slacerations. It had front and rear slacerations, and it also had slacerations on the top in the front and rear. So that was odd to have, but it was definitely something, a feature that I appreciated having. It had I want to say high res, but I might be wrong. I know it wasn't high res. I messed up. But it had high rear sights to be able to charge your firearm in case, you know, your arm was hurt or you couldn't, you know, charge it the traditional way. You could charge it off of a curb, a boot, a tooth. You could charge it off whatever you needed to charge it off of. The grip texture, it had like this little, like holes type in the type of feature in the grip, which it kind of aided in the grip, in my opinion. You know, if you had sweaty palms, you know, you're out in a situation or you just at the range and it's hot as hell out that day, and you know, I felt that it gave you a little extra grip when you were holding on to that firearm. So in conclusion, me wrapping up this old review, oldie but a goodie, in case you never watched the original one, now you get the, you know, kind of the best of both worlds. I'm a lot more seasoned now than I was then, even though I don't have the gun, but I can still produce quality review in my opinion. But the Honor Defense Honor Guard was a solid handgun. It came out in the time period where micros were really at their peak. You know, everybody was in the micro game, from, you know, Shield, you know, Smith & Wesson, to who else? You had like the Diamondback DB9, which wasn't a quality one. I got that one too. I got that review. I still got that gun. You had you know, the Glock, they got into it with the 43. You had what is it, Mossberg. Everybody was getting into the micro game at that time, and this is like 2000. I want to say this had to be like 7 years ago, so I'm gonna say like 2017, maybe 18, maybe 16, in that time frame right there. You know, so everybody was putting out these small pocket-sized pistols trying to produce the ultimate one, and this one never really took off like it could have, because the market was really oversaturated at the time. And I believe they did have a problem with drop testing, where they said, a lot of people said it malfunctioned. If you dropped it, it could possibly fire. I never had that problem, but it was an issue that went around on the internet. But you know, the capacity, being only at 7 and 8 rounds, you know, 7-round mag and an 8-round mag, for an unknown company, in my opinion, I think this was their introductory firearm. I think that the world wasn't really ready to grip and grasp onto this company. When Glock did it, Glock was, you know, a company that was well known. They put out a 6-round slim pistol, and was it slim? Yeah, a slim pistol that people really wasn't loving, but being that it was Glock, they were willing to try it out. And then you had other companies that did things similar. But I just believe that Honor Defense didn't have a reputation that really people were gravitating to. And you had the, you know, the SIG came out with the P365 OG. So, you know, SIG had a good name, even though SIG had problems with drop testing as well, where they said it would fire if it was dropped the wrong way or the right way, you know, and things like that. So it still didn't have that dominant name, that well-known prominent name in the industry. And I believe that people didn't really give it a chance because of that. And then, you know, you looked at the round capacity, people really, you know, kind of fell off of it. Then lack of accessories, lack of, you know, magazines. It was hard to find the magazines. You had to buy them, you know, probably from Honor Defense. No holsters really, unless I forget which one I had. It was like the name of a sea creature or something. I'm not gonna remember it. But it was a clunky holster. It really didn't look good, didn't feel good, and I didn't even end up rocking it after a couple of times because I wasn't comfortable with it. But it was a solid firearm. I just believe that it came out at the time where a lot of other well-known companies were coming out, and they were just more known to where people was willing to give it a chance. Even though, you know, you might not have been a fan of the 6-round capacity, you like, it's a Glock, it's a SIG, it's a Smith & Wesson, it's a this, it's a that, you know, so you were willing to give it a shot, pun intended. But I like the gun, you know, RIP to the company, because I'm pretty sure they're not in business anymore. I did, you know, during a little cut of this video, I did look on Gunbroker, and they do sell them. And I've only was able to find the all black variety. I wasn't able to find the one I actually had, which was like the green camo and all of that. But if you search on the internet, you'll find some videos of this firearm and stuff like that. I had fun shooting it. It was a decent gun, and you know, I wish more people would have gave it a chance. But Urban Gun Reviews, if you enjoyed this video or you felt like you learned something from this video, you can let me know by clicking the thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you can do that by clicking on my icon in the lower right hand corner of your screen. And after you do that, make sure that you click the bell notification so you can be notified whenever I upload new content like this or any other gun content or other videos that I put out. And last but not least, make sure that you go through the description so you can follow me on all of my social media sites. I'm heavy on Snapchat, I'm on IG, getting busy on TikTok. Not really with gun content, because TikTok be funny with gun content. But I'm on all major platforms, okay? So make sure y'all click them links in the description and follow me on all of my social media sites so you can stay involved in my life and figure out and just watch my content. You know, just watch my content. But we out to the next time, gun family. Stay blessed. Stay strapped.